Welcome. This is Recidiva. I'm sharing a recording of a casual Skyrim playthrough using a mod list I built. My profound thanks to all the mod creators who have made this game a crowdsourced treasure. I hope you enjoy. So we come back around to the front. I think the first time I did this quest, it took me hours. But it'll probably take me 10-15 minutes now. Because it's essentially just a scavenger hunt. Again, if you're just joining us, that sound like a gunshot is my dog's automatic door. I have 2 dogs and a ginormous backyard, and the back wall of my house is nearly all glass looking out into this amazing backyard. So they're in and out and 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 in and out, and that would be my full-time job. So if we didn't have the automatic door, so please forgive the door snap. Sorry for the jump scares. I'm ready to go.
Excellent. Let's see what we can discover. I'll have a look around the main hall while you investigate the library. Look for anything you think is out of place.
So yeah, that's the only indication. Look for anything that's out of place. If you notice, I have the library. I have the quest highlighted, and yeah, even with a new update, they have not relented. There are no quest markers. You literally just come in here and they're like, "Hey, go find some shit." It was intensely and frustrating, and the only thing I could do really was look up a guide, because it's especially when you're already filling in the gallery. I've got like, what, 400, yeah, look at all the books. Look at all the books here already. And yeah, it scared me the first time just because the jump scare. I was genuinely like startled and nervous. Okay, the first clue.
You know that slab of cheese you carry?
Okay, look at that.
When you're gonna
Now it's
shiver
glowing
and give me a
because
piece,
I
huh?
have unread books glow as a mod. You're supposed to, in this entire museum, not just even the entire museum, the entire library, find this tiny slip of paper stuck between 2 other books in a back room. I don't think that's reasonable, folks. Might need to read this. If you notice, set into the printing press, which I don't use much, but you can create copies of books. Oh, kitty on my lap. That's not what it says. I just literally got a kitty on my lap. He just jumps up without invitation. He knows he's welcome. On the 8th day, God created the beer. Since I don't drink much, it's not as funny as it might otherwise be, but okay. I don't like beer, it's yucky.
Me, this museum is big.
Right, kitty? Beer's yucky? You don't know, you never had any. You're still too young. Sorry, again. Cat is not declawed and likes to knead my arm for attention. And that hurts. Like, a lot. The saber cat. As he was still a kitten, the saber cat was adopted. Hey! Still a kitten. Alright, this story we dedicate to Vandal, who is trying to scratch all the blood out of my arm. The saber cat was adopted by the Brotherhood of Scribes to be raised as a pet and as a guardian of their sanctuary as well. The purpose of this brotherhood was to collect and translate in common language all the books, scrolls, notes, journals, well, anything written, for the free use of anybody needing an intelligible version of text. Right? That's not that hard. Information should be free. I mean, like, not my social security number, but, general information. Growing up, the saber cat showed extraordinary talents as he learned to speak, but without the terrible accent the Khajiit have. Right, book? To read and write like any other sentient being. As he was able to do the same job as the other brothers, and usually better than most of them, he was raised to be a full-fledged brother. Years passed, and the saber cat worked so hard, doing the very basic duties with as much quality. Okay, dog shaking is now scaring the cat off my lap, who just leapt off it and causing compression issues. Okay. Doing the very basic duties with as much quality and care as the major tasks, he finally became a pillar of the Brotherhood, using his time and energy for the greater good. 7 years have passed, and the voice of freedom began to sing in his ear, and the wild beast he really was began to want out, yearning to live his real life in the real world. So, one day, after thanking his brothers and sisters, he left the Brotherhood and went back to the wilds to live as his nature intended, as a saber cat. Just before his departure, he made a stop at Brother John Kevin's cell to devour him as an appetizer of his new life. All the brothers and sisters mourned his leaving, but nobody had a word for the poor Brother John Kevin. They raised a small icon in memory of Cylon, the talking saber cat, in the Hall of History of the Brotherhood. And then they returned to work. Well, that's a silly story, but okay. I like it. Yeah, the printing press, I think you can make copies of books. Let's see. Yeah. I can make a copy of Last Scabbard of Akrashkomp tag
That fungal pod you're carrying
4430046.
is making me very nervous.
Oh. It might be in my inventory. I'm not going to mess with it right now. Okay, here. Oh, okay, I see the purpose to this. So I use this book. It's essentially a place to make relic books, yes? I'm gonna. I don't need the leaflets. Alright, I'm gonna make copies of things. As you can see, this is, this room is like usually...
He seems to keep an eye on
really go back
things
there.
while we're out hunting for relics.
I like that. The swirling paper, I think that's an asset taken from Hermaeus Mora's, like when you're inside the black books. Alright. Here's where, here's Treasure Hunter's Journal. As you fill in treasure maps, they'll show up in these frames. I haven't done any yet, so there aren't any there.
All for things.
Yeah, that's a lot for my ears. Okay, I'm just gonna take these books that are lying around. I'm not gonna read all of them. There's so much. Oh, cool. Read Orion's notes on Orgnum and the Maumar. I like this. This is Orgnum's coffer. It's a short one. King Orgnum was and could very well still be to this day the grand ruler of the Maumar people, an ancient cousin of the elves of the Somerset Isle. Bow is itchy. He's a jingle bow. Long banished beyond Piondonia, the Vale of Mist, for his repeated attempts at conquering the Somerset Isles. Orgnum is supposedly immortal, growing more youthful by the age, though his greatest claim to fame was his boundless coffer, which yields pure gold from nothingness. I surmise that this boundless wealth in fact utilizes the ethereal transportational powers that both the Snow Elves and the Aeliad seem to have... I almost always say like Aeliad, seem to have employed in their culture, allowing Orgnum to reach through a portal and seize a handful of gold from some other location. Due to the seemingly random nature of the gain, I would theorize that these magical rifts were opening within the coffers and vaults of other wealthy individuals, perhaps his own enemies, perhaps somewhere totally random. The coffer was last noted as being in the possession of the eternal champion of the era of the Imperial Simulacrum, and all note of the coffer fell into legend and was forgotten thereafter, though I have found references that after the Eternal Champion ended their days of adventure, quite wealthy as a result of the coffer and other boons of their fame, they may have sealed the coffer away here in Skyrim, protected by an ancient evil so as to ward off anyone who would seek its absurd wealth. Perhaps it lies with the remains of a dragon priest? It would be quite a dangerous undertaking, one I do not intend to ever venture upon, but it would be curious to find out its fate. Okay, so this will give you another quest with an added arrow. I'm gonna pick these all up, but I'm not gonna read them. I'm just gonna try to remember whether or not I actually read them, so we might have a few false starts. But yeah, these books won't be here later. These are just scattered books from ghosts being assholes. Right, Miko? Yeah, in fact, for this, oh no, I'm not gonna auto loot. I will never forget. Sorry, that was a bad idea. I wish the books that are auto looted, don't open, but I thought I had a mod that
To a
would tell me
tavern we
whether or
ought to
not
make
I could.
haste. A hot dish I'd love me to taste. Yes, food is nutritious, but there's nothing delicious as the Dragonborn's legs round me waist.
Okay, Kaidan. I'm not going to discourage that. I mean, he's having fun. Okay, I'm going to test something quick. Usually the curator's guide will not work while you're doing this. That's what I mean about the museum being disrupted. Yeah, something is amiss in the museum. It's preventing my guide from working correctly. I should probably check it out. So, curator's guide still doesn't work. But I do know that once this quest is over, things will be copacetic and work again. Whereas before, it would take about, several game days, which meant I'd have to go somewhere else. And do
Quite an
something else.
interesting place this building is. A lot of history here. This place certainly can put one on edge all alone at night.
I found this letter.
Interesting. This is a personal letter from Lord Macnarian to his wife. Niles Macnarian was the benefactor who paid for and oversaw the construction of the original sections of the building. It looks as if the seal was broken a long time ago, perhaps delivered and then recovered by the original sender? Whatever its fate, the letter almost certainly has something to do with the ghostly presence around here. Let's keep looking about, but do be careful. I think the spirit is starting to become agitated. Several weapons fell off the walls right behind me, and many of the dishes in the reception hall flew off the table and landed at my feet. I'm a bit tired, to be honest. Trying to attune my senses to an unknown specter has really taken its toll. I think I'm going to go have a lie down in the staff barracks for a couple hours. I suggest you use one of the other beds in there and get a little rest as well. We're going to need to stay sharp.
Which sounds like a ridiculously bad idea, right? Let's fall asleep in the agitated haunted house. But I don't really have a choice. Okay. What was the name of that? Oh, I have so many things in my inventory. Oh my god. I didn't read the note when I picked it up, did I? Ugh. Kitty back in my lap. Ugh. And purring though. Oh, and shedding. Wow. Dude. You are... Ugh. No clothes. Okay. Letter from Niles. 16th of Rain's Hand. Hello, my dearest. I hope this letter finds you well. I miss you greatly and can hardly wait to bring you here to Solitude and show you what I've labored over for the last several months. It will be a place of greatness, to be certain. I won't go into detail because I wish it to be a surprise when I am able to bring you here. All I can say is that I miss you more with each passing day, but we must remain steadfast and patient. Soon my work will be complete and we'll be together again. Your love, Niles. Okay, so that's the note I found. I am going to yeah, okay. I have to sleep.
That looks incredible.
Really, really bad idea, but again, no choice. You lay down to rest and sleep for 2 hours, which would never happen with me. 2 hours is like not even enough time to
good.
fall
You're
asleep
awake.
for me.
You have to come
I
see
need
this.
a chunk of like 12 hours, the first 3 or 4 of which is my brain jumping around like a
One night when the
caffeinated
rain was
squirrel.
pouring, I woke up to a horrid loud roaring.
Or, as
I
my
was ready
husband
to
might say, a
fight. In the
panicked
midst of the
sugar
night,
glider.
turned out it
At
was
least I
the
get to be cute.
Dragonborn snow.
And,
Oh yes, the mannequins seem to have come to life on their own and have come up from the armory and begun to wander around the museum.
so I would never do any of that.
Patriots have
Physically
apparently
incapable of
barricaded
rest within
themselves
2
in from the
hours.
other side.
I like the
But
dancing
no,
mannequins.
this is actually what I wanted to show you. I can't explain it beyond saying there's definitely something awry here. They're trying to get our attention, but what exactly are they
So,
trying to say is
the
beyond
room's
me.
upside down
I'm
and
gonna go take a look
stacked
around
and
the
all
east exhibit
poltergeisted.
halls. Why don't you search the Gallery of Natural Science? And I believe there's a storeroom under the staff barracks that might be worth searching.
Okay, so yeah, he gave you 2 clues. In this case,
Quite an
they do
interesting
give
place
you,
this building
you know,
is. A lot of history here.
they do give you 2 clues to where it might be. But still, I couldn't find it. I had to look something up because, again, they don't make stuff easy to find. Down here, beyond the empty wine bottle pyramid, bunch of relics. Christmas, yeah, you can put up Christmas decorations. Ooh, spring decor is new. I'm gonna activate the spring well, not while I'm haunted, maybe later. See, Macnarian's portrait is like behind this box. How the fuck am I supposed to find that?
This museum
Guys,
is
rude.
very big.
Wow, what's in the wine rack? Yeah, I've stored a whole bunch of alcohol. Okay. I tried to not knock down the wine bottle. How about this time we do it? Let's do it. Let's just run straight at it. It fell before I could. Oh, Kaidan, you did that. Dude. Oh, maybe it was Miko. I'm gonna blame you guys. Now I'm sad. This is one of the reasons why I like putting up all of the displays. All the mannequins are walking around. I like putting up all the displays in the Hall of Science for this reason. I think this is really very cool. But I will be lagged like crazy if I don't crash. But I still think it's worth it. Yeah, we're so lagged. You can hear the sounds and you can start to see, but every exhibit has come to life and is fighting each other. I don't know where the horse... Oh, yeah, that's right. There was a horse over here. I keep thinking it was a unicorn. So, just take it. Yeah, take in the splendor of the rowdy museum. And, unfortunately, we have to kill everything. Sorry.
Does he bite? I'll fuck around and find out. What is it, boy? What is it?
So you put up all the displays, and then everything's empty, and you have to kill everything that you, If you wait for a little while, they'll mostly kill each other. It's usually me and a hag at the end. I'm sorry, honey, but the quest's gonna make me do it.
You have a death wish? Fuck!
There's me and a Spriggan. Yeah, the two ones, the two that can heal, the Spriggan and the hag are usually left.
Have a sip of water, and maybe I can steal a victory kiss or two, eh?
Yeah, this is, I mean, the carnage. You can re-loot all these guys, but you know, I don't really need their stuff. How come now there are fish? You guys! I finally get to see some fish. That's cool. Yeah, it looks like the aquarium has broken and is spilled out onto the floor. Okay. As part of, I really, really like this mod for stuff like this. Okay, back to the quest. I'm gonna look around one last time. Okay. Yep, dead bodies everywhere. I appreciate that. Read old journal. 17th of sun's height, 10th of frostfall. Progress on the new temple is moving along quite well. Labor issues are minimal, but supply problems plague me at every turn. You wouldn't think that quarrying stone could be any harder in the frozen north than anywhere else in Tamriel, but the hardened ground is in fact making it difficult to pry the larger stones free for breaking them down into blocks. We've exhausted most avenues here and are having some stone brought in from Markarth, though it will take some time. We did uncover a nice deposit of marble, though not substantial enough for construction, but I will save it for a statue, perhaps. The statue of Talos is completed already, so perhaps I can use the marble for a gift or dedication of the building. I'm told that the building will be named for us and called Macnarian Hall. A painting was commissioned, and as much as I hate sitting still for so long, I have obliged them, and a painting was made. It will be nice to have my portrait up to commemorate the great efforts here, but I have other plans of commemorating the achievement. Alright, I'm gonna enjoy the fish for another second. That's just awesome. I love you guys. Yeah, I do. I do. We will never speak of this, and I will never see you again, but I'm glad that you're really in there.
The best sight I've seen is the glory of the Dragonborn's arse.
You okay there, buddy? Yeah? Stuck? Neck hurt? Back hurt? Okay. Okay, the fish are new, and that makes me happy. I will remember this. Because isn't having haunted fish? They're all ghost fish. That's why I can't see them. Yeah. I'm not sure about these vines, guys.
That looks fantastic.
It does not. I was just saying it was gross. No. Next you're going to be saying you like hand carts. Ugh. And then it's all over. Alright, yeah, you only get quest markers when you found the stuff and when you need to find the quest NPC. Who is apparently downstairs. Hey. Nice armor. Glass, huh? Cool. Leather? Like Thieves Guild stuff kind of stuff? Yeah? Okay.
Did you find anything?
Kaidan's still he's bugged, but when this whole thing is over, everything's gonna be okay. He's a little possessed. Possessed by the spirit of Macnarian! Dun dun dun. No, don't go. Oh, did he go? Where? What? Where are you? Ah! Ah! Why are you standing in the most awkward possible place you could be standing?
Huh. There certainly is an ethereal presence here.
Do you think so?
Quite an interesting place this
Was
building
it the
is.
spinning books?
A lot of history here.
Found this journal.
Interesting. Well, it's clear that we're dealing with the disquieted spirit of Lord Macnarian himself. Though I'm not exactly sure why he would be upset. The hall had always been named for him, prior to it being a museum.
Perhaps he feels forgotten?
That's a distinct probability. The journal makes mention of a portrait of him that was commissioned. Do you recall ever seeing such a painting hanging in the museum?
Actually, yes. I found this painting in the storeroom before.
Oh, fantastic. Let's go ahead and hang it up somewhere prominent in the reception hall.
I bet you I had to look up a guide about where it was and I still couldn't find it. Yeah,
This
if I
place
recall, I
certainly
did
can
this
put
at
one
like
on edge all alone
I
at night.
did this like for the first time like at midnight with a really buggy list and no quest markers and no glowing stuff and oh. All right. Let's not get lost this time. Oh, I did it. I went straight there. Go me.
Great.
Ah!
And now we rest.
Oh, it's such a bad
By
idea.
morning, I suspect all this unpleasantness will be over.
Do you now?
But we should spend the night here just to make sure there's nothing else the spirit is looking for.
Uh-huh. Okay, so I will give a mild tour of what's going to happen next, but I'm not going to explore all the stuff. We'll have a quick look around. I lay down to rest and sleep for 2 hours. Liar. Search the museum for clues about what happened. So, everything's on fire. And Brother Icard's crispy critter corpse is on the bed next to me. With an amulet of RK. You know, I usually take it. I think this time I'm going to show RK some respect and not. Even if it is. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry, man. Read Black Horse Courier. Black Horse Courier, Evening Star Edition. Word from High Rock has come that Lady Aurelia McNarian was found dead on the 4th of Evening Star following a tragic fire that broke out in the east wing of the McNarian estate. The magistrate of Wayrest has investigated, but the cause of the fire has not been released to the public, though they say foul play has not been ruled out. Lady Aurelia was the wife of wealthy philanthropist Lord Niles McNarian, who is best known for his work in building and establishing various temples dedicated to the 9 divines all across Tamriel. His recent work has taken him to Skyrim, where he has been hard at work overseeing the construction of a new temple to Talos, based in Solitude. The news of his dear wife's demise came as quite a shock to him, and in an ill-fated night of drunken mourning, he either stumbled or threw himself off the cliffs of the building site into the sea far below the Arch of Solitude. His body was unfortunately never found. The project, however, saw itself through to its completion a few weeks later, and the new temple was dedicated and named McNarian Hall in their memory. So, gonna sneak. No reason. Okay, reason. You can only take a certain path. Oh, buggy floor, buggy floor, buggy floor. Ah, no, it's haunted. It's just haunted. Ah! Yeah, it's not supposed to do that. You really, only some of the doors are open, so here is the dining room. There's skeletons. It's a dead man's party. Who could ask for more? And there they go. Yep. They still saw me. Oh, they saw my kitty. Don't. Rude. I wasn't gonna kill you. I was just gonna sneak by, but yeah. Rude. I don't know why that skeleton is running. There's a fire, and dead bodies, and poison vomit? Okay. Ooh. I think that says behind you. So all of the... Yeah, it says like... the first time I got here I was really excited because it has like all of the relics. And I looted them all. But... So there are bones in the fountain. The statue, everybody's stabbed. Bloody. There are skeletons hanging from their feet. Hung. Skeletons just everywhere. Be scary. What is even happening here? What? Oh, it's like a Hermes Mora tentacle sculpture thing. Oh, freaky. Okay. Yeah, so you could explore this bit of it. It's just disturbing. But you can see some of the what things are going to look like when it's all done. And then defiled by having corpses pinned to it. So my character is frozen. I can't move. I don't know what is being said here. It says like they can't go there. And since my character's frozen, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Read old journal. I don't know what a old forsworn lady has to do with this. I don't know. They don't explain it. Did the forsworn set fire to the hall? Did they sing to them? 9th of Evening Star. I received news today of my dear Aurelia's death. How can the divines treat me so? Have I not toiled tirelessly to use my fortunes and my skill to glorify their names? Am I deserving of such blatant disregard and malice? I just cannot bear this pain. Even as I write these words, I know that my heart died with you, my dear wife. I will press onward, though, somehow, and finish this building and dedicate it to you, as it is my most beautiful work, befitting you, and will be my last. I just had the commission drawn up yesterday for a marble statue to be built in your likeness, and came to agreement with the sculptor, paying the deposit to start the work, and had not the chance to deliver the official agreement and balance owed, but it seems now that it will be a memorial of you rather than a tribute. Oh, how I wanted you to see this place, and to see your statue adorn the entrance. All I can hope now is that you will gaze down upon me from the seat of the divines and smile. I suppose a drink is in order to drown my sorrow, and perhaps the cold air and a walk out back will aid to clear my thoughts. Then I will deliver the commission agreement and payment first thing in the morning. Look at my unfazed, totally chill kitty.
Oh, good. You're awake. Are you? All
Hey,
right, my
guard.
friend.
You're not
When I woke up, you
crispy.
were gone from the barracks and lying unconscious out here on the floor.
Well, when I woke up, never mind. I had a terrible nightmare.
Well, I should say so, and it had a good solid hold on you, to be sure. I suspect it was no mere nightmare, but Magnarian himself.
Well, he's very deranged and disturbed.
The feelings and thoughts of the dead often come to the living as very disturbed. We believe it's only because they lack the means to fully make their wills known. Did you discover anything?
Oh, that was very clear will made known. I mean, it wasn't like, jam jars and scribbles. It was, very precise torture. Oddly enough, the things I found are very much real.
Oh, this is terrible. I had heard that Lord Magnarian had met a rather unfortunate end after his wife passed away. But I didn't know the circumstances until now. And by the look of this journal, he was in great grief right before his death. I must have plummeted to his death from the cliff out back. If you're up to it, I suggest looking around for any clues. I seriously doubt that there will be any out there, as this has all happened decades ago, but you never know. And our work is obviously not finished with the placing of the painting. I saw that there is a way to access the alley between the Blue Palace and the museum on the upper balcony. Here's a ladder I found amongst the clutter that the ghosts scattered about. Just be careful out back. We wouldn't want you to share in Macnarian's fate.
No, we wouldn't. Hey. Oh, you're labeled, so yeah. Orcish. Class. Would it be tempting fate to have a drink right before we go at the edge of the cliff? I'm gonna have some spiced wine for you, Macnarian. Some apple pie. Look at the beautiful sunrise. And hope a ghost doesn't eat me right in the face. A little drunk.
Early bird gets the worm. Or worm. Or dragon. Worm.
No, when I do this quest, I get flashbacks to the first time I tried to do this quest. And I had a different auto-looting program that did auto-loot quest items. So as you can see, or maybe you can't see, there's a tiny piece of paper right here. Now, I ran up and down. I think I actually did fall off the cliff. I'm pretty sure I did. But, I mean... But I had auto-looted it, and it was in my inventory, and it probably took me an hour to figure it out. Adventures in modding, folks. Commission contract. Burgess Ulfstead of Haflinger agrees to sculpt one life-size statue in the likeness of Lady Aurelia Macnarian, using a provided oil painting as reference and hewn from natural marble provided by the patron, Niles Macnarian, for the sum of 8,000 septims. The amount of 4,000 septims has been paid in advance, with the rest payable prior to delivery of the work. Yee! Yee! Ah! Pretty, though.
I'm glad to be wandering the wilds with you.
Okay. Oh, there is something that I remember about the... I think, yeah, they don't have arrows. They give you the chance to look. I think the arrows show up to find things like the note or the painting. But after about, like, 15 minutes or something. So, I just, like... I think they intend for you to run around looking like an idiot until they take mercy on you. But, I don't like it.
What is it, boy? What do you want?
So I know, yeah, I think this has been an issue as long as I've been a gamer. There are people that really, really want you to, like, brute force it and suffer. And I will at times, but it needs to be voluntary.
Did you find anything? Huh, there certainly is an ethereal presence here.
I found this outside.
Amazing. To think that this small bit of parchment has been wedged between the rocks, dangling from the cliffs out there all this time.
Yeah.
Being ravaged by the winds and the rain and the snow year after year, and it still persisted.
Yeah.
Perhaps it was the will of Niles Macnarian that preserved it, so we might take action on it.
Huh.
Burgess Ulfstead, is it? Ulfstead. Where have I... Ah, that's right. There's a stonecutter by that name living down by Catla's farm. Or Morgraine, if memory serves. I'd take it to him and see what you can find out about what happened to the statue his great-great-grandfather carved.
Huh. Hello. Good, beautiful morning. Thank you.
Can I help you with something?
Do you know anything about this contract?
Contract? What's this? Oh dear, this is my great-great-grandfather's name. He was a sculptor and a stonecutter by trade. Passed down through the family to me as well. So after 3 generations, are you finally here to make good on this and collect the statue?
Wait, you mean the statue is here?
Well, yes. It's been gathering dust in our cellar for ages. None of us had the heart to sell it since great-great-grandfather apparently didn't feel right about selling it because it was half paid for already.
Well, I have the other 4,000. Could I have it brought up to the museum?
Absolutely. I'll get some hands and we'll cart it on up there by tomorrow.
Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, I gotta go down and look at the arch. Look. Yeah, see, there's the vase blocking the blue palace, which for me has a like a glow. Oh no, it's there. There's the you can sort of see the blue arch at the top. But yeah, I. Alright, I got the timing is unfortunate. So I'm gonna have to wait a full day. It's 9 a.m. He's not gonna talk to me now. I have to wait until a full day passes. So although I can use the Desavisa to sleep, as you can see, Legacy of the Dragonborn can really conflict with needs mods. It doesn't, it can keep you
If you
up.
need potions, head over to Angeline's Aromatics.
Thank you, Solitude Guard.
Please, take pity on an old madman.
Dervinin.
Who among you can
Come on,
help
man, take
me?
a nap.
Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart.
Don't, no, hey, he's up there. Stop that.
Until next time.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to, like, move on with my life, because I don't think this quest is done. I don't think the museum is usable until it is. I think I'm gonna go in and there are stacks of boxes and everything is out of commission. Oh, yeah, see, the boxes are still stacked. It's still haunted, and the guide won't work. I could still go to the safe house by running there, or, yeah. I could use the safe house by teleport, or I could just run up to it, but it's really... I can't do a round of crafting without depositing all of my gear, and the place isn't working. Alright, so we're gonna come back. So this can be just a drag. Worst case, you're tired, hungry, and crabby when you get here. You stay up all night. You have to come back the next morning. So that's an addition of like 48 hours of game time, because I'm going to have to travel away or go to the Solitude Inn and sleep in an inn, or there is like a loft house I could buy, and a lot of times I end up doing that. At this point in the game, I don't have, what is that, Proudspire? The player made home. So it just feels like slumming. And then the original mod used to then make you wait 3 more days while they cleaned up the museum. So essentially, you're looking at almost a week of having to carry stuff around. Now, it's part of the reason why weightless mods are just absolutely necessary
Unless
for
we
me.
have specific business.
So it
I'm
can
not
become a real issue to like stash all of your relics and figure out what is necessary. All of these mods help me manage it, but I've had to reach a balance between practicality and carrying around 50,000 swords and just,
I have to
not
wonder,
worrying
what
about...
does the Dragonborn do once he's been summoned by the Greybeards?
See, what does the
the fool be
Dragonborn
taught,
do once
like any skill?
he's been summoned by the Greybeards? Ugh.
If you're heading to
So
the
much
Blue
erasure.
Palace, you might want to rethink that outfit.
Oh, fuck off. So it can, and then you'll see later as we do further quests, there are times when you, and I don't know if they changed it, but there are times when you like excavate for 12 hours straight. And so being at that site and then like finding a place to sleep, it becomes really claustrophobic. So I've got to give it at least another day before I attempt to craft or get into my regular rhythm of things. I'll check back later. Oh, I can go get Orgnum's coffer. Now, if I remember, there is no quest indicator for this. Right. I think it's Valthum. I've gone and gotten this quite a few times. But I just read this, it doesn't really give you, like, much of a hint. Alright, I'm going to see if I can remember. If you get the right location, it's actually a very quick quest. And it will be out in the wilderness, I think, for all the times that I have run out here. I'm going to guess it's right about here, but we saw what happened with Naroon's Dagon. But we'll be out in the wilderness, and I can ask Kaidan to set up the tent, and I can read a book and relax. Long, long night. So I tend to sleep when the moon goes, the moon indicator on my needs thing. It's hard to see right now because, okay, give it a little contrast. But my needs, they're green when they're full, they're white when they're sketchy, and they get yellow when you're really tired, and then they go red if it gets really bad. So I tend to want to be comfortable, and I know I'm running the wrong way. I'm just going to pick up this carriage a bit old scroll done for a second. Just because I'm close. Okay. So, my character does not like
It's
being
actually quite beautiful
tired
here.
or hungry, any of those things. It is, she's got some disorders. She's obsessed with many of these states of conditions. She doesn't want to slip and get sick. She's concerned about potential influences from her parents, her own nature, meaning she doesn't have anybody telling her.
You little
Okay, I might be right. If this is Valthum, right up here, I might be able to just run in and grab the coffer. Alright, find a road. because you don't have to really delve to get it, and then we can place it in the safe house, and in that, I keep wanting to say armory, but it's like the treasury. You can just put it there, and it will generate cash. Not a huge amount. I haven't actually kept track, because usually by the point in the game where I do this, I'm not like reliant on me to feed me. It would probably be the equivalent of like making 5 potions. But either way, I will have discovered Valthum. I'll have this. I'll have to come here later. Yeah, it is Valthum. I did it. Yay. Yay. Good. Oh, it looks like an item, but it's really just a patch of sunlight from the open roof on Ivy. So I believe we're going to run in. There's going to be a ghost that tells me it's very, very important that I do what they say, or that I leave.
Leave, stranger.
Either way.
Evil stirs in this place. I fear for the security of the very land if it should break free.
What evil do you mean?
We stand at the tomb of Hednorak, who has been dead for many generations. I fear, however, that his return may be at hand.
There must be a way to stop this.
I have been holding him here. While he regains strength, however, I am fading. By now, I can barely contain his power, much less defeat him if he awakens. But with the help of a living champion, I may be able to succeed.
Then I will help you. What must be done?
You would do this? 3 vessels in the tomb below hold the power to vanquish Hednorak. Before anything else, we need those. Bring them to me. But be careful, mortal. They are guarded by Hednorak's minions. They will stop at nothing to see their master return.
Okay, speaking to him opens the tomb. He sits back on his...
It's like something triggers all my fucking instincts to guard and protect you, my dragon.
Well, yay. Okay, so you have to talk to him and accept the quest before you can get in. And I believe all I have to do is yoink it and take it back. So that'll be a good use of my day. And then I get a cookie. Yeah, there it is. Okay, good. The, King Orgdum's coffer. So recall to put it manually in your treasury.
Fuck me, but the way she's stretched should be considered a crime in every hold. And it's one I'd gladly pay any bounty to see again.
Well, yay. Yeah, the whole 3 vessel thing, we will be back. We have the quest. What was that? Okay, thought I sounded like a rat tail or something. We'll be back later, but it is a very involved quest. It would probably take like 45 minutes for me and my allowance for getting lost. Okay, we have Orgdum's coffer. We are out in the wilderness. It's a beautiful day. And I can pick a lovely spot and ask Kaidan to set up a tent. Ah! Beautiful.
What is it this time?
About surviving out here.
You alright?
I'm exhausted.
Maybe we should rest for the night.
Could you set up a campsite? Oh, not the campsite. I want the tent. Oh, campsite, yes.
Alright then.
Not campfire. Can you set up a large tent? Yeah, okay, so now
Ah,
it's telling me I
alright.
could go back to the museum now, but I'm exhausted halfway across the country. Well then. See?
Well,
It does look
Now
pretty
we're
small
fetching
inside.
items for ghosts, are we?
Okay. Ugh.
Darling.
Let's rest here.
Hell yeah.
Okay. It looks like this fertile soil is not so fertile. Alright. Now take a deep breath. Daedra and werewolves. Give way to kitties and pie.
You alright there, lass? Until
Okay.
next time.
He needs to be facing me. This is part of the issue with sandboxing. Is it can really screw up your animations. All right, I'm
Hey,
gonna ask him to
you
follow
okay?
me. Come on, let's get going.
I am your sword and shield.
All right, he will stop sandboxing. It's not immersive, but
Aye.
I will. That's why I like ask him to rest, talk
I'll
to him
find
immediately,
something to do.
and then.
Let me know when you're ready to go. Aye.
Can I ask you what happened that night on the farm?
I never wanted to tell you all that happened at the farm. It started with the horses. We barred the door to the stable and set it on fire, but one of the children had hidden in the hay. I thought that I'd grown numb to death. Crushed that weakness in myself. Until I heard those screams. It unleashed something else in the others. A darkness. A cruelty I had willfully blinded myself to. I should have killed them. I should have killed them all that night, even if it had cost me my life. I'm not sure I could have saved that family, but at least I wouldn't have to live with the knowledge, with the guilt that I didn't even try.
The things you did may be a part of you, but it wasn't you doing them willingly.
I can believe that when you say it. Still, I carry these regrets to the end of my days.
You're a good man, Kaidan. I would never think otherwise.
You have always seen the best in me, my love. Thank you. What are you thinking?
How do you feel about me?
It's something I'm still trying to find the words for. A man should be a master of himself, but when I'm with you, that control starts slipping out of reach.
You really mean that?
You're doubting me, Dragonborn. You shouldn't. You've carved your way into my heart, and I don't see how you'll ever be moved from there.
I love you, Kaidan.
You do? Truly? I'd wondered if I'd ever hear you say those words.
What else have you been wondering?
I want to know that you're mine. There's no one else in the world for me. And the thought of someone or something trying to steal you from me.
I'm yours. You're mine. We're in this together.
You are blood of my blood, and bone of my bone.
Okay, we're gonna change the... You know. Again. No, not you. Yeah. You. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna uncheck auto adjust for heal offsets and see if that helps. Of course, I might have just made it worse.
Aye,
How do you feel about me?
I was lost in the abyss for so long that I thought it would swallow me whole. But now that I have your love, I am redeemed.
Let's talk.
Yes, darling.
How are you doing, Kai?
I'm happy that we're lovers.
You look lost in thought. What's on your mind?
I'm just thinking about how my life has changed for the better because of you. I think, no, I know I've finally become a man that my mother would be proud of. Are you sure that's all? You alright, Trouble?
Kai, I was wondering about the flowers you always give me.
Yes, love? What is it you're wondering?
Is it because I'm the Dragonborn that you gave me dragon's tongue?
It does seem to be appropriate, doesn't it? But no, love. Remember, I gave them to you before we knew you were. Truth is, well, probably sounds foolish.
Please tell me, I would like to know.
Brynjar once told me they were my mother's favourite flower. So when I saw one and looked at you, I just wanted you to have it. It was like giving them to you made you different somehow. Like I was showing you a part of me nobody knew. Wanting you to have it even before I really understood why.
Even before you knew I was Dragonborn, you thought of me like that?
I knew you were special from the start. There was a moment though where I realised I wished that my mother had been able to meet you. I guess you could say my giving you her favourite flowers was the closest I could come to sharing her with you.
I love you, Kaidan.
I love you, my dragon. Always. Little dragon.
Yeah, this is if you want to adopt kids. I'm not going to initiate that. I'm going to leave it unsaid. We're not going to do kids. Would you read from this book for me?
Another one? Alright, give it here.
Mysterious Akavir.
Right, here it goes. Mysterious Akavir. Akavir means Dragonland. Tamriel means Dawn's Beauty. Atmora means Elderwood. Only the Red Gods know what Yokura ever meant. Ah, this is actually a good book. Akavir is the kingdom of the beasts. No men or mer live in Akavir, though men once did. These men, however, were eaten long ago by the vampiric serpent folk of Taiski.
Oh, Taiski.
Had they not been eaten, these men would have eventually
say it.
migrated to Tamriel. It's interesting to read about my ancestry. It explains my warrior spirit. I'll have to finish reading this by a fire, eh?
Alright, I'm going to have to read the rest of it. Had they not been eaten, these men would have eventually migrated to Tamriel. The Nords left Atmora for Tamriel. Before them, the Elves had abandoned Aldmeris for Tamriel. The Red Guards destroyed Yokuda so they could make their journey. All men and mer know Tamriel is the nexus of creation, where the last war will happen, where the gods unmade Lorcan, and left their adamantine tower of secrets. Who knows what the Akaviri think of Tamriel, but ask yourself, why have they tried to invade it 3 times or more? There are 4 major nations of Akavir: Kamal, Chaiski, Tangmo, and Kapotun. When they are not busy trying to invade Tamriel, they are fighting with each other. Kamal is snow hell. Demons live there, armies of them. Every summer they thaw out and invade Tangmo, but the brave monkey folk always drive them away. Once Adasumdurkamel, a king among demons, attempted to conquer Morrowind, but Almalexia and the Underking destroyed him at Red Mountain. Saizchi is Snake Palace, once the strongest power in Akavir before the tiger dragon came. The serpent folk ate all the men of Akavir a long time ago, but still kind of look like them. They are tall, beautiful, if frightening, covered in golden scales, and immortal. They enslave the goblins of the surrounding isles, who provide labor and fresh blood. The holdings of Chaiski are widespread. When natives of Tamriel think of the Akaviri, they think of the serpent folk, because one ruled the Cyrodiilic Empire for 400 years in the previous era. He was potentate Versidu Shai, assassinated by the Morag Tong. Tang Mo is the 1,000 Monkey Isles. There are many breeds of monkey folk, and they're all kind, brave, and simple, and many are also very crazy. They can raise armies when they must, for all of the other Akaviri nations have, at one time or another, tried to enslave them. They cannot decide who they hate more, the snakes or the demons, but ask one and they will probably say snakes. Though once bitter enemies, the monkey folk are now allies with the tiger folk of Kapatun. Kapatun is the tiger dragon's empire. The cat folk here are ruled by the divine Toshraka, the tiger dragon. They are now a very great empire, stronger than Chaiski. It sounds like Chachki. Saishi. They're not at sea. After the serpent folk ate all the men, they tried to eat all the dragons. They managed to enslave the red dragons, but the black ones had fled to then Potun. A great war was raged, which left both the cats and the snakes weak, and the dragons all dead. Since that time, the cat folk have tried to become the dragons. Toshraka is the first to succeed. He is the largest dragon in the world, orange and black, and he has very many new ideas. First, Toshraka says, is that we kill all the vampire snakes. Then the Tiger Emperor wants to invade Tamriel. Thanks for watching. Wishing you found family, creative hobbies, a hot bath after a long day, and food you love as much as Saleya loves apple pies.